So my name is Matthew Bishop. I'm a counsellor with a background in philosophy, and I've been meaning to make videos for quite some time now, and tonight I've basically bit the bullet, sat down, I'm starting. I did an interview a couple of weeks ago for Vice magazine, and I started off getting a bit nervous during the interview, and as I feared I might, because I'm one of those people who kind of believes there's already a lot of talk in the world and don't really want to add too much noise to it. But by the end of the interview I was having a fantastic time, and I thought, well, heck, maybe I'll give it a go in terms of just talking a bit more about the ideas, the things that are a background to the kind of work I do, because they're interesting to me and hopefully they're interesting to you. So today I want to talk about a phrase I like, a phrase I titled a blog post with about 6 months ago called "Philosophy, Live Your Best Self." And that captured an idea for me which is quite central to why I do philosophy, why I've been doing it for 20 years, and why I do counselling, and why I relate the two very much. And that's a notion of philosophy not as an intellectual practice only, but as the practice of cultivating what is best in us. So if you think about how philosophy was done in ancient Greece, I think it was less like the university practice we have today, which is really about ideas and just debating ideas, although it obviously included that. You read Plato's dialogues, you see ideas being discussed, but you'll notice something very important. They're discussed in a way that's about real life. There's an urgency in the conversations, there's an urgency about the ideas, because they're deeply rooted in living well. So really I think you could say the ancient Greeks did philosophy in a way that's a bit like how we might attend a Buddhist practitioner centre, a Buddhist meditation centre, or go to church, or other kinds of activities, counselling too, where it's about thinking deeply about life, perhaps about engaging in a tradition, in the case of philosophy, in a tradition of discursive practice, to really deepen our insight into who we are and the best sort of person we can be, and then to practice aiming for that. So the theories in ancient Greek philosophy are less about sort of intellectual theories that compete to be most true, so much as ideas that express what is best in us. It's like they're mining down, drilling down, turning over, trying to really get clear on what is best in us at our core as human beings, and in myself as an individual, and what is best in you as an individual. And it's about giving expression to that so that we can then engage in practices that make that more fully who we are. Because we've got all kinds of possibilities. I've got incredible, wonderful, good possibilities within me and terrible possibilities within me. And so it's about really cultivating what is best in me in a daily way so that it becomes a habit. So it shapes who I am. It shapes how I perceive the world, how I perceive others in my daily interactions. It shapes how I react to others, how I respond. I become a better kind of person. And that's really what philosophy is about. It's about thinking deeply and insightfully to see what is best in me, what my best possibilities are, and then cultivating them in a very active way through conversation, through reflection, through practice, so that I transform and become a better human being. That's what philosophy is, and that's a large part of what counselling is when it draws on philosophy.